Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Update day today. Sim Update 4 is live. How's everyone doing? As you can see in front of you, it's back. Back to basics. Well, maybe this doesn't really qualify as basics, but it's one of the first planes that we've flown. And I think it's time to go back and check the current situation of the sim in its almost close to purest form. Anyway, thank you for joining, everyone. Glad you made it. Who do we have in chat? Scotsman. Very diligent. First again. Those anyone know at all? Oh my goodness. Hey King D, thanks for joining. Patrick, Mr. Bits himself, welcome back. Happy lurking, Tom, no worries. Glad you made it, Jack. Did you try to update your sim yet? Might take a while. Does anyone know? No comment. No comment. Thanks for joining, everyone. Hey, Yusuf. Welcome back. Doing good, doing good. It's actually a holiday today here in Singapore, but still streaming because I love it. And thanks for joining me, hanging out. Did you crash the chopper? Not quite, not yet. Although I did actually,
bro.
But we'll see. I haven't flown it since the update. The update just came live a couple of hours ago. Not sure if it's still working, but we'll see. Glad you managed to join, Orsa. Calvin, Olo, how are you? Ready for the convoy? Hey Bunky, glad you made it. Glad to see the TBM. I know, right? It's been a while. Has been a while. LL, thanks for joining. Fixed wings again. Yeah, I seem to be getting a lot of comments. A lot of people seem to be missing the fixed wings. Not as much interest in helicopters, unfortunately. But we'll mix it up. And yes, today we are back to fixed wings for now. Yes, and I did a sample, a test flight a while ago offline. Vanilla, almost no mods involved. Looked pretty good actually. And now I'm adding the mods back in. So the TBM that we're flying will be vanilla in terms of the flight model and all the stuff. So we can really check the Sim Update 4. But the G3000 mod is installed because I checked out the default G3000. It's okay, but yeah, definitely nothing versus the modified G3000 from Working Title. So we'll be doing like a TBM vanilla plus G3000 mod. Yeah, we don't have the TBM improvements mod in this one. I don't think that's compatible yet with all the changes that's done. How to enter a flight plan into a Cessna plane in big airliner. Not today, but maybe eventually. A tip for you though is you can use the world map for it. You don't have to plug them in manually. I'll show how to do that there. And it should be applicable for all the default planes. That should work just the same. Great to hear. For now, yes, exactly, for now. Can't wait. Yes, I'll be posting that in the YouTube channel, hopefully by today, with the details you specify. Thanks again for compiling that. Yep, the newest 0.71 or something, yes. Just downloaded them. I also updated the mods list, ! Mods gets you there. Or if you're watching this in YouTube, then it would be the mods list link in the video description. So you can see, guys, we are in a quite momentous occasion here. I'm 1 hour away from the 300-hour milestone. Probably 100 hours there is from helicopters. This past month or so. Absolutely loving them. But yes, it's time to go back and see what we've learned. Hopefully we can apply some of the things that we've learned in flying helicopters, like not relying too much on autopilot, you know. The CG logo, the CG livery still works, although I've heard reports that it might not be working for many people. So your mileage may vary. If you download this from the mods list, that might not work. Let's keep everything default, although this one will have to change. Tail number, let's put it as November 931 Charlie Lima. And then the call sign will have to be TBM. Otherwise, they'll call us a Daher. Right, so that looks good. So with that, ATC will be calling us TBM 1 Charlie Lima. And yes, I mentioned ATC because with Sim Update 4, they've improved immensely the phraseology that ATC uses, the built-in ATC. So it actually it quite rings a bell. You know, it's not that bad to hear anymore. It's actually quite realistic. They're still lacking in the number of voices, the variety of voices, but at least what they say makes sense and kind of fits now. Now, if they will now avoid flying you into the mountains is a completely different topic. I think they haven't improved that yet because they did mention it's the wording that they've improved, not yet the actual logic. So you might still encounter some of those, but we'll see. Anyway, I decided to start in Asheville because this is always the test flight area. Alright, so let's start there. Let's make it maybe 6:15 a.m. with scenic, and then let's go to Atlanta and let's use this default flight planner to see how the sim works on its own. Try not to put in too many plugins. I even uninstalled my Navigraph nav data, so the nav data that we're using is completely from the sim itself. Right, and so this is how you enter that flight plan, Tom, if you're watching. So plug in your origin and destination airports, and then pick IFR here, high altitude airways, and from there you can pick the different paths that it would recommend to you. 27 right, Aussie 1 arrival approach will be automatic, so they'll assign that to us once we get there. And then we can look here in the nav log to set the cruise altitude 30,000 feet. I guess we can do that to check how the turboprop logic works now with higher altitudes, because that should have been massively improved as well. Okay, looks good so far. Let me get back to chat, sorry. Just passed 100, congrats. Yes, I tried entering the flight plan manually in the TBM. Seemed to be fine, but how that syncs well with the ATC, ATC is able to capture the waypoints, but I'm not sure how it would capture the cruise altitude that you want. So a while ago when I did the test flight, it kind of assigned me a random cruise altitude, so I couldn't specify it from there. So if I want to specify something, I have to do it here. I have to do the flight planning in this main menu. At least that's what I think. If you have a better approach, let me know. But yeah, I think when working with default ATC, it's best that you use this built-in flight planner. See there. Good. Hey Sonoma, glad you made it. Going back to the TBM today, at least for a while. I'm not sure why AutoMod captured that. Hey Michael, thanks for joining. How are you? Yep, using default ATC today, giving it a chance again. There has been supposedly a large update on that regard when it comes to phraseology. Alright, so let's load that up. Sub had a small little piece of clear paper and you missed it and ate it. Yum. That's okay. You should be able to digest that properly. Yeah, it's been a while for the TBM. Has been a while, kinda missed it. I did a test flight a while ago. Didn't manage to finish, didn't manage to land, so I probably was absolutely suck with landing. But hopefully some of the helicopter skills carry over, although this is a completely different rig. This is a yoke now instead of a stick. But at least some of the hand flying I hope would stick. Especially the rudder controls. We'll see. We will see. Who designed my logo? I did. I used PowerPoint for it. Microsoft PowerPoint. Because that's the only tool I know how to use. Helicopter skills. Planning to crash. Planning to hand fly a bit at least. We'll see how it works. Have you guys flown since the update? there's Asheville. I was actually quite hopeful as well. Maybe we will get lucky and we'll get the updated Asheville airport already. Whoa, that's track IR. Okay, there you go. But it doesn't seem like it. We still have the old airport layout, which is not consistent with the updated charts. So that will have to wait. Alright, here we are. I turned off track IR in the meantime so we can scroll. Man. Yeah. Cannot really fault how beautiful the interior looks here, huh? The modeling. So let me see if I can remember. We turn on the crash thing here. Turn on the batteries. Strobe lights would be the closest thing we have to a beacon, I think. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that looks very different. G3000 Mod. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Eric. How are you, man? It's been a while. Thanks for joining. Flew the fly-by-wire A320. Everything seemed to work fine. Nice.
System test. Okay.
I tried some of the direct tools and activating the approaches. It seemed to be a bit better. It doesn't seem like it's too... it doesn't have that huge U-turn bug anymore, I think. But it's still not perfect. Still not as smooth as I would want. Oh, this looks very interesting. It's been a while since I've tried out the G3000 mod. This looks so different now. Declutter. That's for the map, the mini map, I think. We want the FMS in there. PFD settings. I do want the winds option 3. That wind data should come up later as we get some airspeed as we start moving. I do want the synthetic vision, so that's PFD. Let me see if I can see that. Synthetic terrain, that's the one. Beautiful. Okay, that looks nice. Okay. Heading 360. Let's keep that as is for now. Let's double check. Oh, I love this. Yeah, this looks so much better with the G3000 mod. The default one doesn't look as professional as this one. So the flight plan should have been plugged in for us on our own. What is D last? Interesting. That looks scary. Okay. We have everything in there. Arrival, and we don't have an approach because we haven't been assigned an approach yet. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll be working with ATC here in a bit. Now this one, I do want to declutter that a bit. So let's try to lessen the details in there. Also to make sure we don't have big what do you call it, performance impact, because I remember before there was a performance impact when you had so many things on the overlay, although I think they fixed that since then. Orientation north up, track up or heading up. I think I like track up. Let's work it like that. Destination is Atlanta with humongous amounts of air traffic. Live traffic seems to be working fine. They'll also improve that a lot. So the intensity, the amount of traffic when you have live traffic setting should be very detailed now. Now, I don't like seeing those airways personally. So I guess we can turn them off. There you go. Or we can say if you zoom out enough, there you go, you don't see them at all. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, maybe at 40. So many things you can tweak here. It's quite nice. Let's make that 25. There you go. Okay. So how do you start this thing up? I actually don't remember. Let's listen to the ATIS first, maybe. So let's see. Asheville ATIS is 120.2. So let's put that navcom here. Put that on COM2 1202. Transfer. And then we're not hearing anything because we're not monitoring the second radio. So we have to tick this one. And this works in the default as well. This is monitoring that one.
Asheville Airport information, India 14000.
India.
Visibility
calm.
10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 600 feet. Few clouds at 4,400 feet. Few clouds at 12,500 feet.
Looks correct.
Temperature 24. Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 0.22. Pilot runway 17 in use. Landing and departing runway 17. VFR
17,
aircraft, say
okay.
direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India.
Okay, we have information India. So we can turn off that one now. Looks good. And we can go and tune in to ground 121.9. And we can request our IFR clearance. Flight plan screen looks new to you. This one? Yeah, because this is because of the G3000 mod. Try to design it using Illustrator. You will try to redesign my logo? You're free to try, sure. But yeah, I don't think I'm planning on any redesign at the moment. But you, if you're interested, go ahead. Live traffic, yes. Yes, that will work, Tom. You can turn off multiplayer planes or like real players. You can turn off, but keep the live traffic in. Press IFR
Ground Dare
clearance.
November 9 Tree 1
Why is
Charlie
that
Lima
still
IFR
there?
to Atlanta ready to copy.
The call sign doesn't work anymore. I put in TBM, right?
November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima is cleared to Atlanta Airport
That's
as
a
filed.
bit sad.
Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
11,000.
Departure frequency is 125.8 squawk 0402.
125.8.
Dare November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima cleared to Atlanta Airport as filed.
125.8.
Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 125.8 squawk 0402.
0402.
Daughter 1 Charlie Lima, read back is correct. Contact ground on 121.9 when ready to taxi.
Did they change the... Did that automatically change? Not sure. Okay, fine. Looks good. But yeah, the wording is not perfect. It's saying takeoff runway like instead of expect runway 17. So that's maybe a small thing. But the others sounds good, right? So far. Feedback correct. Squawk. At least in US rules, it does seem pretty close. Is Baba on at all? Hey Baba, how are you? How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm missing some messages. I'll get back to you guys in a bit, okay? So let's turn on the auxiliary boost pump if I still remember how to turn on this thing. That should be on cutoff. But yeah, there is... I don't like this default behavior of automatically moving to low idle. Okay, so the boost pump is on. It's turning on the starter, holding there for a few seconds. We should get NG. Once that's 13%, let's hold this here on cutoff. Once that's 13%, let's move that to low idle. That should introduce fuel to the entire, how do you call it? Mixture, is that the correct term? Maybe close enough. NG is rising, ITT didn't spike. So the ITT, the behavior of the engine, not really that realistic, but it kind of works. So it's good enough for a casual default plane. Yeah, can't expect really study level behavior. Alright, looks good. We have that working. So let's turn on the generator here so that the batteries can recharge. Auto aux boost pump to auto, fuel selector to auto, turn on the autopilot and trim, turn on the oxygen mask in case of emergency. We have oxygen in the mask, and then turn on the inertial separator in here, and then the heaters will turn on later before we take off. One thing I forgot more, thank you for this cast, the bleeds are still off. There you go. That should be okay. Maximum passengers for the plane. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very large seating space, but very low capacity. Let's turn that off. There you go. Post a link from Store Aldi. Go for it, Bao Bao. Thanks for sharing. You can post it in where? Tech Talk, I guess, would be the perfect space. Alright, looks good. Is there any way we can change this? 1 second. One more great thing about this is actually now the weather radar should work properly. That it doesn't just show the clouds, it actually shows precipitation if there's really bad weather. It's not a cloud radar anymore, it's really a weather radar. What I'm not sure is if with this G3000 mod, how are you able to show like the next rad if there is such a thing still? 1 second, maybe I should have explored this beforehand. Terrain absolute, yes. Relative is if you're traveling through mountains. Next rad data, there you go, that's the one. But I don't think there's any bad weather here, so you won't really see that so much. Looking good. Alright, MFD settings indeed, thank you. Alright, so let's turn on the flight director here. Let's put that in nav mode and put that in, well, let's enable pitch for now, I guess. That should be okay. Is there a takeoff mode here? I think there's a takeoff button. Okay, that should be okay for now enough. Good. So let's request taxi.
Ground day or November 9er, Tree 1 Charlie Lima with India ready to taxi IFR.
We are with India.
Silver November 9er, Tree 1 Charlie Lima taxi to and hold short of runway 17 via taxiway. Contact tower on 121.1 when ready.
121.1. 121.1. Yeah, they still sell decimal here in the US. Okay, let's acknowledge that.
Taxiing hold short runway 17 via taxiway day or 1 Charlie Lima.
You might have noticed there is no indication of which taxiway. I think that's with this airport. Doesn't have much correct information on the taxiway letters. So it's like a dummy value, but that's okay because the runway 17 is actually right there. There's only one taxiway here mainly, taxiway Alpha, I think. So it's just a simple layout of an airport anyway. But with the bigger ones later in Atlanta, I expect when we land, if we land, we should be able to get guided accordingly, the proper taxiways. Taxiing feels good. Look at that. There's someone taxiing there. A tail dragger. Very nice. Is that a floating thing? Yeah, actually a while ago there was a live traffic plane here. A GA plane actually landed here in this area. And there was like an Endeavor airliner which was landing right before me. Something like that. Whoa, where is all this stuttering coming from? That's interesting. That definitely wasn't there a while ago. We won't be able to fly well with that kind of stuttering. A curse, yes. ATC sound is much improved. Yes, definitely. But yes, that stuttering doesn't look too good. It might be a mod conflict because I did enable all my mods again. Maybe one of the UI mods isn't perk. When did it start? Turn what off and on? This is quickly becoming a troubleshooting stream. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not sure what to change. because that stuttering is not going anywhere. Looks like. So hard to travel. Yeah. Sorry for the delay, Michael. There is supposedly there's an Amazon Gear panel. If you look below, if you're in desktop or in the info panels, which shows you all the specs I have. This is unfortunate. Let's see if we can change that, improve that a bit here. Maybe it's related to the G3000. If I simplify that all, turn off synthetic vision here maybe. No, it's not that one. Those are working fine. But yes, something is really bugging. Let me try something. If we do this one, it might be the UIMODs. I might have to disable that. It might have gotten into a bug again. Traffic, was it? Yeah, even in the main menu, I'm getting that show traffic nameplates. Let's turn that off maybe. Is that improved at all? No, not really. Dang it, that sucks. Yeah, a while ago in the test flight I did, there was nothing like this. It was actually silky smooth. But of course, when you're streaming, that's when all the fun stuff happens. Okay, let's see. What else can we change? Graphics is okay. Oh, that should be good right there. Traffic. Real-time online. Nameplates I enabled. That didn't seem to help. Generic planes are off. Fun stuff happens. You can relate with Elite Dangerous stuff. Yeah, well, we might have to restart here, guys. Dang it. Yeah, this will not do. We'll have to start up again later. Yeah, it's okay. We'll manage. Troubleshooting stream commences. Might even have to restart the sim for that lucky. In the meantime, let's catch up with chat. So let's see. Here. Now it's fixed. Right? Now it's fixed. Yeah, now it's flat 60. Oh no, there it is again. Okay, let's restart that to be safe. Absolutely safe. Play some music in the background. Yep, I installed all the latest working title mods. G1000, G3000, and CJ4. Those three are the ones I use. Right, but yeah, the UI mod that I'm using, it might actually be bad for this version. It hasn't been updated since late last year. Okay, let's see. Add-ons linker. If I turn off all the UI mods here, that should be enough. Right. Let me disable push talk radio client as well, just to be on the safe side. Everything else I think can be on. Alright, let's try that combination. No, it's only you who wants it, Scotsman. Ready to drive. Yeah, convoy stuff will be in Truckers MP on Friday. No, it's not on the Twitch server. Twitch is fine. It's the sim itself that was causing a problem. Full reboot. No, I restarted the sim though. In most cases, restarting the sim works for me. A while ago, I was flying with it and it was perfectly fine. Yeah, Mugs UIMOD. I disabled it now. Innsbruck background, yes, exactly. Gonna have to restart the flight. Yes, exactly. The fun stuff in simulation and modding specifically. The sim update was mainly for the sim, so they separated it now. There is a sim update and there is a world update. With sim update, which is what we got now, it improves the overall flight model, the physics, the avionics. So what makes it a simulator? So that's the focus. With world updates, I think is what you are referring to, where it updates the certain parts of the world depending on the scope. Adds custom buildings, makes the mountains look more realistic, so that's what they call a world update. This is sim update currently. Good luck, Jack. 28th will be the convoy. Usual streaming time. Yes, I released a video on it, Tom. Feel free to check it out. I drove with Jack and Alex. It's great. Looking good. Looking okay? Yes, it is. Bit of a teaser. Hopefully, this time it works. Otherwise, I'm going back to helicopter. It's a sign. Nah, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, a while ago with live traffic, there were all kinds of planes in Asheville, in the airport we started in. I had like 2 or 3 different planes buzzing over, landing, taxiing back, and everything was fine. In here, there isn't a plane in sight, but it still caused that weirdness. That's fine, we'll make it work. Alright, let's see again. Weight and balance, let's keep that in. Yeah, this call sign TBM, it doesn't seem like it's working anymore, unfortunately. Looks like we'll have to change that in the config file somewhere, because they're still calling me Daher. Alright, Asheville to Atlanta. Hartsfield, Jackson. Alright. We'll start it somewhere here on that same ramp. Ramp 64. And then let's go pick it an IFR high altitude airway. That looks good. Change it to the morning. 5:30 for a more scenic view. Flight condition. So this is what you were asking, Tom. Multiplayer. You can either show all players or off so that you don't see anyone. But this one is air traffic, is separate one. Live traffic or AI. So you can have off and then live traffic for your needs. For me, I like all players and live traffic. Right? These 50 FPS better. You'll only get that kind of performance boost if you have RGB. 5 to 6 runs with 8 people, smooth and no problems. Nice. So were the people nice? No trolls whatsoever? I'm scared of doing that, joining a random server and just driving with them. I'm a bit of a pessimist when it comes to that. With the recent events in our Discord, it made me more apprehensive. Jack and Alex, best drivers, no comment. What time? Same time as the stream. It's the convoy. Yes, I think they'll be increasing the limit once we get more stable stuff in. 5:30 might be a tad too early. Okay, let's maybe adjust that just a tad. That looks good, 6:05. And that on. Night lighting. G3000 stuff.
Aural warning, okay.
FMS mode. Let's double check again that everything there is working. I do want to turn off the airways. It's a bit too cluttered for my view. Turn off the airways. There you go. Perfect.
TOS system test. Okay.
Thank you. Looking good there. Okay, let's do this all over again. 120.2. Let's listen to the ATC. So far, so good. Monitor that.
Asheville Airport information, Indio 1000 Zulu. Windcom. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 600 feet, few clouds at 4,400 feet, few clouds at
More
12,500
RGB.
feet. Temperature 24. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.22. ILS runway 17 in use. Landing and departing runway 17. VFR aircraft say
Runway
direction of flight.
17.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India.
Alright, we have India. And then the ground frequency is 121.9. Let's get our
Ground
Wi-Fi
Dair November
clearance.
9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima IFR to Atlanta ready to copy.
Dover November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima is cleared
Next
to Atlanta
target.
Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 1 tree 2.625 squawk 0024.
0024.
Dair November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima cleared to Atlanta Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 1 tree 2.625 squawk 0024.
Dover 1 Charlie Lima, read back is correct. Contact ground on 121.9 when ready to taxi.
We're ready there. Okay, good. This seems like it has happened before, hasn't it? Aux boost pump. Okay, good. Starter on. '28th on Friday we'll have the convoy. I'll post the details in the YouTube channel and in Discord today, hopefully. If I remember to do it properly. Few clouds. They do say something, but yeah, it reflects on the weather, which is quite nice. Good. Moving to flight idle here. Turning on the bleeds. Kind of, if I'm remembering the flow now, inertial separator, nav lights, aux boost pump auto, fuel selector auto, AP trim on, oxygen on. Looking good there, and the only thing we're missing is the heater, or the heaters, and oh crap, yeah, that's the one. Main generator, there you go. Charge up the batteries again. Thank goodness for that gas system, otherwise I would have missed something. Alright, let's set our flat for takeoff so we won't forget later. Request
Ground Dair
taxi.
November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima with Juliet ready to taxi IFR.
Flight director is on.
Dover November 9 Tree 1
Inertial
Charlie
separator
Lima
is
taxi
on.
to in hold short of runway 17 using taxiway. Contact tower on 121.1 when ready.
Right.
Taxiing hold short runway 17 via taxiway Dair 1 Charlie Lima.
1211. Good. Off we go. Parking brake will be off. Turn on track IR here. That looks good, doesn't it? Who needs to be banned? Jack? He's on perma ban anyway already. Let's make our turn here. Okay, we'll see if that changes again later. What is propane? Oh, there's There's a plane there. Do we see it here? This guy? I don't think we do. Might have to turn on traffic settings in there as well. Taxi light is something I forgot. There you go. Envoy beta is available for everyone. Yes. Just have to opt in. Put a password in. And then you'll get access to the experimental beta. No one taxiing here. Looks good. Let's go direct and hold short of runway 17 right there on the hold short lines. It's a gas. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Heading. It's runway 17. Heading should be around 170. I'm trying to use as little of the external apps as possible. Trying to see if all the information I could get in the base sim. Alright, there we go. Switching to tower, let's take off clearance here.
Asheville Tower Day or November 9 or Tree 1 Charlie Lima ready for IFR departure runway 17.
Even, yeah, the phraseology is very nice.
Tree 1 Charlie Lima altimeter 30.22 wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 17.
They have improved this a lot, it's nice.
Cleared for takeoff runway 17 Day or November 9 or Tree 1 Charlie Lima.
You use one of them to cook. Ah, I see. There's a step-by-step in the link in the mods list. It's pretty straightforward. But if you need more guidance, Max created a video on it as well. And there he goes really step-by-step. Turn on the heaters. Landing lights on. We're on altitude reporting already for our squawk. Runway is clear. Let's line it up. Okay, there we go. Looking good there. Runway 17. Winds are calm. Oh, I love the sound of that TBM. It has been a while. Trying to keep it in center line. Using the rudder. Okay, 90 knots, rotate, and off we go. Positive rate, tap the brakes, gear up. Looking good right there. Indicating good. Gears are up. Flaps going up as well. Let's go to nav mode. Let's go to flight level change mode.
Air 1 Charlie Lima contact Atlanta Center on 132.625.
132625.
Going to 132.625 Day or 1 Charlie Lima.
There you go. Transfer that thing. And report
Atlanta Center Day or November 9 or Tree 1 Charlie Lima is passing 3,500 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Turn on your damper.
Blue
Looking
Streak
good so
Flight
far.
292, you are at 1 mile southeast.
Ooh, Blue Streak.
Descend and maintain 6,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 23 left approach via Google transition. Clear to GOODL. Dollar November 9 or Tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta Center altimeter 30.22 continue as planned.
That's us. So
Blue
far,
Streak
so
Flight
good.
292, you are 78 miles southeast of Knoxville. Contact Knoxville Tower on 121.21 inbound.
So that's what's cool. That you can actually hear the ATC interacting with all the other live traffic. Moving them around as well. Oh, that looks so good.
Tower on 121.2 Blue Streak, 52902.
Now if I turn on autopilot here, let's test the autopilot. Oh, that's nice. It doesn't just fidget into going on the right angle. It kind of goes there smoothly. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, getting much better. We have the outer markers of the ILS sounding. That's nice. It's fine. Let's turn off the inertial separator now and see what's going to happen here. In the torque should be rising. When we turn off the inertial separator, it is. ITT should be lowering. Not really. Maybe a bit, but that might be more because we are climbing and not because of the inertial separator turning off. That's okay. So it's not yet, still not fully implemented in there. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Photo time, guys. Photo time. One sec. Oops, sorry, it's a bit loud.
American 1721 is at flight level 1900, descending 10,000 feet.
Spirit Wings Flight 78 contact Atlanta Center on 135.35. American 1721 Atlanta Center, continuous climb. 135.35 for Spirit Wings 578.
There's Asheville right there at the back. In the, what do you call it? Rocky Mountains or something at the back. Beautiful. Alright, leveling off at 11,000 feet. Turn off our landing lights here. American Airlines 1721 right above us. Now I do want to spot them here. So I think in the map settings, let's see. Sensor, traffic.
Charlie Lima, climb and maintain flight level 230.
That's us. Let's acknowledge that.
Climb and maintain flight level 230 Dare 1 Charlie Lima.
Alright, so let's put that flight level 230. Altitude selected, flight level 230, there it is. And let's turn on vertical speed.
Contact Atlanta Center on 134.8.
It's VS 3000 feet per minute. That should bleed off some airspeed. And once we get to around 140 knots,
Delta 2317.
we'll go to flight level change mode. It does seem like this plane is looking pretty close. No, not really. We're fine. Cloud surfing, anyone? They also improved the icing. They lessened the icing rate, so your plane shouldn't freeze up immediately anymore, which is cool. Traffic, task mode, operating, relative, absolute, traffic display. That looks good. But where do I see them? Do we see them?
Dollar 1 Charlie Lima, contact Atlanta Center on 135.35.
That's us. 135.35.
Going to 135.35 Dare 1 Charlie Lima. Atlanta Center Dare November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima is passing 14,300 feet, climbing flight level 230.
Ah, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful.
You
You guys seeing this? When you're zoomed in enough, 25-mile zoom, you actually see traffic. And you see their relative altitude in comparison to yours. So this guy is 7,000 feet above us and he's climbing. This guy is 9,600. It looks quite real. Much better than the mod. Oh, we're bleeding off too much speed here. Let's go back to 140 knots. And yeah, I like it. See how it transitions very smoothly. Even when we're changing the target settings, it doesn't like fidget up and down the pitch. Just transitions and follows the flight director very gently. So AI traffic, yes. It's the live traffic. I'm not sure if the multiplayer traffic you can see here now, but one thing that I noticed in the log, in the update, when you're playing VATSIM, when you're in VATSIM, the VATSIM planes will also now appear here in the radar. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice update. Getting close to 18,000 feet here. We should be switching to the standard altimeter now. There we go. 29902.
United 2327, contact Atlanta Center on 132.625.
That's the one exactly. SIM connected injected traffic. Let's have a look at the torque is slowly falling. Torque is at 89. That's something that they improved supposedly, that as you climb higher, the torque should now go lower. That before it was the opposite direction, I think it was going. Now even without any fixes, without any mods, the torque should be lowering. It's pretty cool. Let's see if that continues.
American 2060, contact Atlanta Center on 132.625.
I'll go outside again. Let's have a look at the views. Look at all those planes, guys.
Atlanta Center, Wisconsin tree 865 is passing flight level 295, descending 10,000 feet.
Wisconsin tree 865, Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
It should now also be possible to see contrails from other planes, but we haven't seen that yet. We'll see. We'll see.
132.625 for American 2060.
This is really taking shape, huh? So far what we've done, most of the things are default except this G3000 mod, this avionics package. So far it's been pretty good. Yeah, the autopilot has become so much smoother now. Look at how gentle that turn is, and it's following that 30-degree bank more or less. Maybe something around 31, 32, but pretty close. That's very nice. Following the flight plan as is, and then going back and adjusting based on the winds. Very nice. I'm liking this. We don't have any mod for that autopilot. What we don't have is the 1000 to go indication. We have the flight path vector here. That's us. 300.
Climb and maintain flight level 300 day or
The phraseology is very nice.
Descend and maintain 2,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 29er approach via Vitus transition cleared to Vitus, Wisconsin tree 865.
300. Let's go flight level change, and it's just changed the speed to 140 knots. You can see the plane is pitching up, but it's very gentle. Although, that being said, we're climbing at 3,700 feet per minute here, bleeding off the airspeed until it gets to 140, and then it will pitch down to maintain that 140. Let's have a look at the torque here. The torque is now at 87. It doesn't seem like the torque is bleeding off as fast as I would have expected, but it is bleeding off bit by bit. Web server based app for G3000 to do the same. Oh yeah, I saw that. Someone made it like a bit of a workaround, but now at least it's built in. Yeah, exactly. Requesting live traffic APIs. Blue Ridge Mountains. Hey Jason, sorry, just saw that message now. Yeah, I think it was the UIMOD that was causing the stutters. The Mugs UIMOD. Yes, I think it needs an update. Probably the nameplates are not working as before anymore. There was a bug with that already before, that it was causing stutters after some time if you hide the nameplates long enough. But I think now the issue is even worse, so it's not usable anymore. Before I could use it, just have to switch on and off the nameplates every now and then if it gets laggy. But yeah, I think now it really needs an update. No stutters anymore, exactly. Sound plugin for 141. Why? Why would you need that? I don't get it. Does it sound believable, guys? Track up. Looking good on this navigation map. I think we can even split this, right? Or was that only in the G5000? Half, that's the one.
Air 1 Charlie Lima contact Atlanta Center on 134.8.
1348. 3480.
134.8 for Dayer 1 Charlie Lima.
Okay.
Atlanta Center Dayer November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima is passing flight level 285 climbing flight level 300.
Yeah, phraseology is very nice.
Tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta Center continue to remain as planned.
Ramon. It's actually quite believable. I like it. Yeah, so far so good. It looks like, judging on the phraseology alone, I think I can actually use built-in ATC with this. But yeah, if it's accurate enough, not making you crash into mountains or whatnot, we will see. If it will descend us properly and whatnot. So we'll see. The jury's still out on that one, but let's give it a chance. Let me see what we have here. ETA 1028, endurance, distance. What I want is the DTG, the distance to go. So let's see if I can change that
Atlanta
here.
Center Delta 812 is at flight level 270 descending 10,000 feet.
Avionics settings, MFD
Delta 812
fields.
Atlanta Center continue as planned.
This one, ETA, endurance. I'm not really concerned about endurance. I want DTG. Is that the right term? 1 second, huh?
Delta 812 contact Atlanta Center on 135.35.
That's the one. Distance to go, distance to destination. There you go. So we are 130 nautical miles away from Atlanta, considering our current flight plan. And that's going to be essential for VNAV purposes. So we're at 30,000 feet, and we are going to Atlanta, which is at let's see, there is no indication of that field elevation. Let's see, waypoint info, elevation is 1,000 feet. Okay, so we'll need to lose 29,000 feet times 3. What is that? 87. So we should be starting our descent when it's 87 nautical miles to go. Something along those lines, probably. That should be a good enough indicator. Oh, charts. Yeah, let's go and explore this one. Charts. So if you go to charts here, charts data fail. Because I think I need to set it up first. Set up. Where's it that you link the Navigraph logins to? I actually haven't tried G3000 with the charts yet, but I know it should be there already. System. Time offset, hard surface, unit, MFD fields. No, it doesn't seem like it's there. What the database status? There we go, Navigraph charts. Standby, effective, active, expires, none. Alright. Let's link it here. Okay. So if I approve that, not sure how that works, but okay, I allow it. Alright, that seems to work. Click the button below to link account. So I logged in on my browser, and now I'm attempting to link it. There we go, it's linked. What now? If you go back, it says available now. Nice. Alright, so now if you go to charts, there we go. Now it's working. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, how do we navigate this one? Can zoom in there using that one, I guess. Okay. How do we pan left and right? Yeah, quite nice. Not quite a QR code. Yeah, it's interesting, the different kinds of authorization can do. Oh, and something I forgot to point out, our torque is at 81%. Yeah, it does go lower the higher you go. So that means we can actually push it forward, push our throttles forward, increase the torque, get more power out of that engine, travel a bit faster. 90%, yeah, that should be fine. The ITT isn't quite I think when you're at elevation, what is the, I forgot. There are certain limitations here, the torque, the NG, and the ITT. I think it's the NG that is going to be the limiting factor. I forget, but yeah, it's not quite simulated here. It's not really study level this way, but it works for the most part, at least. Yeah, browser is okay too. At least you don't need your phone anymore for it. So push to pan. Ah, there you go. So when you push that button, you can actually use this as your mouse pad, and then you can use this to, interesting. Okay. And then you can use this for zooming in. Nice. So we can prepare ourselves here. What is the approach? 27 right towers, 123.85. We did get told to expect a 27 right approach, wasn't it? Well, actually no, we haven't been told anything yet. And that's fine, we'll adjust that later. Cool. Good. And then if you want to change this approach arrival, we wanted the Aussie 1 arrival, I think. Aussie 1, yes, this one. 27 right is what we picked, if I remember correctly. There it is. This is quite nice and very easy to navigate, and we have a huge MFD here, so huge area for reading the chart. Expect to cross Aussie at 14,000. I doubt the ATC will be able to read that, but we can try. Okay. Look out, a mountain. Dang it. Actually, look. So, one thing we could do as well is split this. So if we do something kind of a map there, and then we half and half it, and then I think we can change the pane. How do you switch that?
Air 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain flight level 240.
That's us. 240, okay.
Descend and maintain flight level 240 Air 1 Charlie Lima.
Now there is something weird here. The barber strips, it does say we're overspeeding in the standby but not in the main. Huh, interesting. Okay, fine. Right, let's lower that to 240. Let's start VSing our way down. Maybe 1,500 feet per minute should be a good starting point. Altitude selected 240. Looking good there. Yeah, working title is amazing. Navigation map. So how do we switch the pane? I think we click this one, or oh, that one is how you select which pane you're selecting. Okay, so this one we can have like charts on that side. So you have the map still here, and you have the charts over here. Oh, that is so cool. And then you can zoom in. Granted, you'll have much less of space, right? But still, it works. So if you want the Aussie 1 arrival in here to compare, we can actually do so, like so. And then we can push that so we can pan accordingly. Yes. Something like that. Aussie waypoint is actually right there. How many miles away is that? 25, around 40 miles away. Now what I'm not seeing right now is that the range to altitude, the banana. Where is it? No, keep that. I want to switch the pane there. Map settings. Other. There you go. I want the range to altitude. There we go. The Boeing banana. The track vector. Wind vector. Yeah, I guess I can work with that. Nice. How are our speeds? Our speeds are doing good. We have someone below us, 5,000 feet below. That should be fine. Good. Alright, so let's move back here. And let's go and pan that thing. We should see ourselves soon here now. Let's see if we'll be at 14,000 by Aussie. I really doubt it. I don't think the ATC is that smart yet. But we can try. Looking pretty good so far. Now performance on the exterior view, silky smooth. What is SWA? Southwest Airlines? That's the guy below us, I think. Yeah, 6,000 feet below. It's also descending, I think. Might be going to the same airport here. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm still missing some stuff like the 1,000 to go. More or less, it seems like it works amazing already. Chart options. What is that? Oh, we can have light mode, fit width, and whatnot. Nice. What is that plan thing? I have no idea what that means. Okay. But we can do this. We should be seeing ourselves here as well. They should have moving maps feature. Although I haven't tested it myself yet. We should see ourselves here now, eventually.
Dare 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
14,000.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet, Dare 1 Charlie Lima.
Okay, let's lower that. You can see the range to alt indicator adjust.
Atlanta Center on 127.5.
127.5.
Going to 127.5 Dare 1 Charlie Lima.
Also, the VS was remembered. The rate which I selected it at seemed to get remembered properly, so I didn't have to move the VS knob again. That seems nice. What? Accidentally disabled autopilot for a second there.
Atlanta Center Dare November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima is at flight level 235, descending 14,000 feet.
Dollar November 9 Tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta Center. Continue to WINMG as planned.
With vanilla, it also works. The display is very different. You know the usual VFR map and how the plane icons look like? They look like that, so it doesn't look very realistic. It doesn't have this like altitude and none of these realistic looking icons. But at least they're still there. Yeah. But definitely much better with the G3000 Mod. Looks like this guy, this Southwest Airlines guy, is going through the same arrival. Looks like he's going to Aussie as well. Quite nice. Although it looks like... 1 second, did we hear that right? He assigned us 14,000 feet, right? Yeah, descend 14,000, and look at this guys, 14,000 at Aussie. It's not exactly saying 14,000 at Aussie, but it did give us 14,000. Now we can try to meet that on our own. 134.8. Oh, we didn't actually switch, my bad.
Going to 1 tree 4 decimal 8 Dare.
Or did they switch us again? Okay.
Atlanta Center Dare November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima is at flight level 210 descending 14,000 feet.
Sure, don't
November
overspeed.
9er, tree 1 Charlie Lima, Atlanta Center, continue to Ase as planned.
So what we can do is increase that rate of descent so that we are at 14,000 by Aussie using that range to alt indicator, which is quite nice. 2,900 feet, quite fast descent, but I think we can manage. There you go. That should be close enough. Now what I don't see them doing for us is giving the local altimeter setting. Normally,
Contact Atlanta Center on 127.5.
when they give you a clearance to descend below the transition level, they should give the local altimeter as well, but they don't.
For Southwest tree 839er.
Yeah, that guy is the Southwest Airlines in front of us. 18,000 feet. Let's switch back to local altimeter. Good thing we have a cheat here. If you press this barrow one more time, there you go. Actually goes to the local altimeter automatically. It's a bit cheaty, but kind of works.
Atlanta Center
Interim.
on 676 is at flight level 340 descending 10,000 feet.
Envoy
Yeah.
3676 Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
That's true. Pilot to ATC is still much more accurate. I agree. The advantage of the built-in sim is ease of use, right? Because you won't have to contend with other applications. And this one has supposedly control over the other AI planes. So the ideal picture is they would route them along so that you guys have proper separation. Pilot the ATC can't do anything with those AI planes. It can only route you around them. But how well that works? Not sure. Alright, oh, we see something here now. That's us. Yes, moving maps works. 14,000. Close enough, right? 14,000 at Aussie. Right? Let's move that somewhere closer like so. I think that looks good. And yes, having kind of a track up orientation here gives a perfect picture. Why are they throwing us around left and right? Okay, that bug is still there, looks like. They basically don't want us anywhere.
Atlanta Center Dare November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima 14,200 feet.
Dover November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta Center altimeter tree 0.15 continue to ATARY as planned.
Okay, there we go. At least now we have the local altimeter. If you want to learn correct phrasing, yeah, Pilot ATC is still better, but yes, this is a huge improvement. And yeah, the ease of use is definitely something that will attract a lot of people, a lot of users. And the free stuff, the free element in it, you don't need a separate plugin. Don't need to buy a separate ATC app. I just realized we actually don't have any approach yet. Now this will be interesting what they will assign us and how that will work and how we will transition to that approach if it will work correctly.
Contact Atlanta Center on 127.05. Dover 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet Dare 1 Charlie Lima.
ES ourselves down.
127.05 for Southwest tree 839er.
$7,000, wasn't it? Yeah, 7,000. Good. Okay, let's see how this works. Let's pull back a little on the throttle. I did get suddenly very bad frame rate. Might be Atlanta loading in. Could be that bug is still there. 6 hours transatlantic flight with pilot ATC without a bug in navigation. That's great.
Stutter 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Is that us? Did they change their minds? Okay, 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet Dair 1 Charlie Lima.
Okay, that's still sensical. Okay, FPS is starting to stabilize a bit. I wonder what that UMP is and why we can see it if it's that far away. Or maybe these guys are real players, huh? Maybe those are not AI. That would make sense. Let's have a look here. We have... Okay, that's Atlanta. We have a couple of planes going to Atlanta. That will get busy. Actually, a while ago when I was trying it out, I got instructed to go around. So there is such a thing. And a while ago, when there were so many planes, they told me that there is traffic on my 10 o'clock something, and then you have to acknowledge that you have traffic inside, just like pilot to ATC. That's nice. But that's kind of built in now. Not sure if that was there before, but nice to see. Looking good so far. Assigning holds? I doubt it. I doubt they are assigning holds. They'll just try to put you in and they make you go around last minute until you finally shoot in. So here, actually going to Atlanta with all these planes around, I'm not sure when we'll manage to actually land. So it's not only my rusty landing skills that are at risk or are risking this flight, but also the amount of planes going into Atlanta and how ATC is going to cross around.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 right approach via YLUYU transition. Clear to YLUYU.
Nice. That's actually very nice. 27 right with a UU transition.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 right approach via UU transition. Cleared to UU Dair 1 Charlie Lima.
Very nice. I like it. Smooth assignment right there. ILS 27 right with a UU transition. Okay, looking good. Let us... What is the preview? Show on map. Show chart. Wow, that's cool.
Stutter 1
Okay.
Charlie Lima
Load.
contact Atlanta Center on 128.0.
128.0 for Dair 1 Charlie Lima.
Good. Transfer. Contact.
Atlanta Center Dair November 9er Tree 1 Charlie Lima is at 8,000 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
Dair November 9er Tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta Center altimeter tree 0.17 continue
So now-
to cap as planned.
Let's activate that. Okay. UU. So far that looks good. Let's go back to the charts here. This time let's go into select that approach. I wonder if there's a way, one second, if I go to the flight plan and if I have this approach in here, is it possible to show the chart? Select approach, show chart, there we go.
Dair 1 Charlie Lima contact Atlanta approach on 127.9er.
127.9er.
127.9er Dair 1 Charlie Lima.
Might be a bit high here. No, actually we are perfect. 7,000 at UU. Oh, that's nice.
Atlanta approach Dair November 9er Tree 1 Charlie Lima 7,000 feet.
Air November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima Atlanta approach altimeter tree 0.14 continue to cap as planned. Air 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Air 1 Charlie Lima.
Looking good. What hasn't happened yet is the localizer, the frequency. I'm not sure if that automatically will change, because right now it's still the wrong thing, 110.5. Let's test it if it will change to 111.3 automatically based on the chart here.
Air 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Air 1 Charlie Lima.
Look at all those planes, guys. So far so good though. Let me adjust that here. Let's get closer. That's more like it. Move here. 6,000 at MCAP, no, 4,000, 2,700 at Oster would be the final approach fix. We still haven't gotten the ILS frequency. I think I should plug that in manually. What do you guys think? Masson to Mercer.
Mercer, Charlie Lima, you are 14 miles east of Atlanta. Contact Atlanta Tower on 119.5 when inbound.
119.5.
Tower on 119.5. Air 1 Charlie Lima.
Yeah, I should be moving there now.
Atlanta Tower. Air November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima 12 miles east inbound ILS runway 27 right approach.
Wouldn't happen.
Tower, November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima, Atlanta Tower. Altimeter tree 0.15, wind 235 of 7. Cleared ILS runway 27 right approach.
We are cleared for the approach.
Turn next taxiway.
Cleared ILS runway 27 right approach. Air 1 Charlie Lima.
Looking good. Should be at 27 at Oster. Let me double check. Oster might need a more sudden thing there. Let's slow it down.
Southwest tree.
There's the glide slope. Actually need to move to the localizer in there. Looking good. Let's arm the approach.
Caution the generic landing runway 27 left. Cleared to land runway 27 right.
Landing gear going down.
121.65 Southwest tree 839er. Cleared to land runway 27 right number 2 Delta tree.
There's the glide slope. Nice. Flaps 1 notch. Landing gears are down.
Number 2 for landing. Follow the generic on final.
Yeah, it works that way now. They actually tell you to follow something on final. Yeah, number 2 for landing. That's pretty cool, right? 235 at 7.
Cleared to land runway 27 right number 2 Air 1 Charlie Lima.
They even caution you that there's someone landing in parallel on 27 left. It's pretty cool. Alright, this is looking good. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, 4,000 feet is the missed approach altitude. Oh, one thing I forgot, inertial separator. Slow it down to 122 knots so I can deploy my flaps for landing. Should be able to do that, but this looks pretty good so far. Deploying flaps as late as possible so that we're not slowing down all the airliners that are landing in this airport. There we go. Speed check. Flaps for landing is set. We might be actually asked to go around here, guys. More than just improving the language by a long shot. Yeah, great job. Null share separator is on. Looking good right there. Maintain 85 knots. The autopilot is maintaining the glide slope properly. Even adjusting for the winds there. The assigned runway makes sense with the wind direction.
Runway when able.
Looking good so far. Will they ask us to go around? We will see. Let's turn off autopilot here and yaw damper. Looking good. Traffic. Where? Don't see it. We are pretty high right now. Let's adjust that. Doesn't feel the same when you're flying a helicopter. Feels very different. Okay, there it is. 2 white, 2 red. Let's aim for the touchdown zone there. 85 knots, maintaining, looking good. Grabbing just a bit to the left because of the winds, no problem. Alright, there we go. Alright, there it is. That's our shadow. Easy. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Bit floaty, but I'll take it. We actually needed the airport diagram for this, but we'll make our way and turn off whenever we find a
Delta 1 Charlie Lima exit runway when able.
exit runway when able. I'm not seeing those signs. I'm seeing one in front of me. I actually didn't need the reversers anymore. This is such a long runway. Okay, this one. Let's turn to the right here. Let's not prolong any of these other ones. It's a bit sharp though. Is this okay?
Delta 1 Charlie Lima contact ground on 121.9er.
They even detect when you're out of the runway already. Pretty cool.
121.9er day or 1 Charlie Lima.
Was actually pretty nice. Now let's see how the taxi instructions work.
Atlanta ground day or November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima request taxi to parking.
In the plane up.
November 9er tree 1 Charlie Lima taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 26 left cross runway 26 right.
I think the taxiway, they still have a problem.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway cross runway 26 left cross runway 26 right day or 1 Charlie Lima.
I think it's a bit far away. I think it's somewhere across the airport. let's double check. Stop here. If I load that up, let's see. Charts, info, parking brake, acknowledge that, airport. And let's make that full screen maybe. Can I not say to make this the full screen? Okay, maybe not. Alright, there you go. Info, airport. Chart showing your position, which is helpful on taxiing. Yes, it does. There we go. We can zoom in here and show where we are. So the ATC doesn't look like it reads the gates or the taxiways properly, but it does know that we should be crossing 26 left and 26 right to the GA ramp, which is, I guess, somewhere there, the FBO. So let's simulate that. We can just go on Delta here, go straight to Delta, turn left, and it's going to be straight towards the ramp. Okay. So we see that in Navigraph. Does it reflect here? Yes, it does, because this is a custom airport. So the taxiway should be accurate. Flight director can go off. So far so good, I like it. What is that? What is that thing on the right? Riversdale. Is that the city, I guess? Right, this should be Delta. Yes, indeed. Okay. We are getting a bit of lag here when I'm moving my head. Too many objects in here, I guess. So far, looking pretty good. I like it. Yeah, me too. I think I'll start using default ATC more. Actually, it's quite immersive. Not sure how compatible that is with helicopter operations. Probably won't be that smooth, but so far pretty nice. Also, this thing popped up out of nowhere. This thing. Oh, this might be because we had a traffic warning, so that kind of popped up on its own. It didn't move away anymore. There we go, traffic map. Thankfully, we weren't asked to go around. That is pretty cool. We could actually do one more flight with the time we have. Maybe we can try the CJ4. You guys think? I haven't flown the CJ4 in a while though. Pretty rusty. Might forget a lot of stuff. We can try. Performance looks okay. Goodness, my GPU is getting used to its limit, 96%. Thankfully, we're not dropping frames. So far, looking good. Coming up, 26 left is that black bar on the top. There we go, someone landing. Delta Airlines 364. Pretty cool stuff. Still don't have the Delta Airlines livery though, but at least we have the proper call signs. We heard a while ago Delta in did we hear Endeavor? I heard that on my test flight. Delta, Endeavor, Speedbird, DHL even. So all the real companies, real airlines. So are we clear to cross here? They did tell us to cross. Cross runway 26 left, cross runway 26 right, which is I think wrong. If there are other... If this is an active runway, they should have asked us to hold short. But then again, I guess no one's landing anymore here. Looks like everyone just ran away. Okay. It's fine with me. Make sure no one is just landing. Yeah, looks good. Looks awesome actually. I like this. Alright, LL. No worries. Thank you for hanging out and enjoy the update. Let me know what your experience is with it when you get a chance. Thanks, same to you. Appreciate the company. Looking good. Man, I missed flying this TBM. Just such a stable plane. Where are we now? 26 right? We should have crossed already. Okay, there it is. And the FBO should be right there in front of us. That's DHL actually. Well, close enough. I guess we should be able to stop. Oh, that there. I see the ramp. Ramp 20. Let's park there and finish this properly. Short flight, but very eventful. I like the immersion that the ATC gives out. I think we even have a marshaller right there waiting for us. Quite nice. The full package. Okay, let's follow that guy. He should give us some instructions as we get closer. Haven't raised their arms yet. Yeah, maybe once we turn here. There it is. There he is. Good. Okay. It's not really. Okay, there you go. More to the right. That looks good. It's been a while since I've been marshaled like this. Left. Okay. Looking good. There you go. Alright, thank you. Looks like the best update yet, I must agree. I think the beta testing really did a lot as well, huh? I think. Turn off the nav there. Oxygen, AP. Selector, boost pump. Maybe I should have moved to low idle first. Should stay there for a couple of seconds, I believe. Inertial separator can go off. Actually, the heaters can go off as well, and the bleeds. There we go. And then we should be able to cut off the engine. Love the sound of that. Oh, that was very nice. I like it. 43 minutes. Was that enough to land us in the 300-hour club? Let's see. Or do we have to do one more? Heard very few incompatibilities today on Discord, yeah. It seems like they did a great job at really making this stable and adding in those new features. But man, yeah, think of just the default stuff. You get such a complete experience already. 300 hour. 1 second, wait a minute. We are at 300, but we haven't quite reached the next level yet. So maybe we're at 299.99. Let's have a look. Logbook. Total is 299. Yeah, 299.3535. So we need like 30 minutes more, 25 minutes. That's perfect. We can try a different plane. Any suggestions where we go? We can check out other places. Hey, we can try Innsbruck. Innsbruck in a fixed wing. Haven't seen that a lot. Let's see. Let's pick a plane first. I'm kind of scared to choose the CJ4, but yeah, I guess we'll have to dig in eventually. Let's see. I did have oh yeah, that one. That's a real livery of the CJ4 Gen 2 that Max flew. Max, the content creator. Looks quite nice. We're not Charlie Lima anymore though. What are we? Well, we can always remain 1 Charlie Lima, I guess, but we can say, I think in on air I was 251 Charlie Lima, right? 251 Charlie Lima. Like so. Good. And then the default weight and stuff. Should be good, I think. Let's see. If we depart from Lowy and arrive in maybe Los, Salzburg, that should be pretty close. 74 nautical miles. If we do a low altitude airway, something like that. I think we need a departure in here though, because those will be direct to the mountains for sure. So that will not be a pretty picture. Let's have a look. I think we'll need a little bit of help from Little Nav Map to guide us there. Let's see. Let me put that here in the middle. for more accurate planning, we need to step it up and apply and use some third-party tools. Okay, so we have Innsbruck there. And then if we have Salzburg here. Now in terms of the weather at Innsbruck, aircraft open the one for the CJ4, the one I measured before. Okay, let's see. So if our flight plan would be show departure procedure, right now it's VFR, really no wind, so that's good. So we can use runway 8 probably. Can do like a back taxi there, runway 8. So let's pick runway 8 here for the departure and see what kind of SIDS we get. That one goes around. That one goes to the south. Is there no shorter one? That one is perfect. Yes. Oh, the RTT. Yes. What VOR is that again? That's a very famous one. Okay, so if we choose that one, the RTT to Quebec departure, that should actually allow us to enjoy Innsbruck from below. That looks pretty nice. And then in Salzburg, what kind of arrivals are we looking at? Show arrival procedures. So the winds are favoring runway 15. Right? Am I reading this weather vane correctly? Yes, 148 at 11 knots. Variable, coming from the southeast. So runway 15 is perfect in that case. So we pick the star here. Which one is best for our case? That one looks good. The Onke 1 Romeo arrival, because we'll be coming from the southwest, and that one Onken. There you go. Looks good. And then let's pick the ILS 15. Not the full one, just the Victor's the final kind of thing. That looks pretty good. In terms of altitude, what makes sense? We'll be flying pretty low here, I imagine. Come on, give me something. Yeah, 11,000 feet. Yes, 11,000 I guess should be more than enough. So that means we'll really need to pull back on the throttles here, because the CJ4 will just blast through that. Okay, that looks pretty promising. I think we can get behind that. Let's save. Okay, and then we can export that as a MSFS 2020 plan. I hope this still is working. Okay, so now if we pick this one, go back. If we load, that should appear here. We can load it up in Flight Simulator. There we go. Runway 8. That departure is working, but I want to start in a ramp actually. So if I pick that, I think I have to pick through here. Parking 2. So it doesn't change the rest of the stuff that I put in. ILS 15. That actually was read pretty accurately. Now let me just do a test. If I picked a different ramp here, will it change? Yeah, that problem is still there. If you pick a ramp out of the map here, it changes the flight plan that you loaded, so you'll have to load it again. And then, instead of picking the one from the map through here, you can pick one, like there, but don't select it here. Instead, select it from the drop down so it doesn't affect anything. Parking 3. There you go. So your flight plan remains intact. Yes, looking good right there. Good. That looks good. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Oh my goodness, I might need some time to get reacquainted to the CJ4. I It should be pretty intuitive, but let's hope that makes sense. It's nice to finally get back into fixed wings though. Flying helicopters is fun, but when you want to fly with instruments, follow procedures and whatnot, read charts, nothing beats a good old fixed wing. And when you want to blast through clouds especially, that's fun. So this one we should have Innsbruck Lowy from Orbix, and we should have the Austria 20-meter DEM from Troglodytes. So we should get a very nice scenery below. That doesn't look good, but hopefully that will load in. There we go. Okay, good. Alright, let's give it some time to load stuff in. Get back into the cache and whatnot. Look at that mountain, how sharp that looks. That is beautiful. It is very laggy, but let's give it some time. There we go. I think it's starting to get smoother. Things are still loading. Let's give it some time. Let's turn off track IR here for now. Oh my goodness, how do you even start this thing again? It is very laggy. Yeah, this looks familiar. There's Bumblebee, Bell 47 right there, waiting for us to go back to the helicopter. Okay, there we go. Frame rate is better again. Awesome. So things have loaded in already. That's perfect. Okay, alright, so how do you do this? Let's see, we have to change the controls for the CJ4. This one. CJ4, there it is. Let's wait for that to load. That's problematic. Why is that not loading? Go back, maybe a little bit of refreshing. That's all we need. CJ4. There we go. Okay. So this one, display ATC, that's perfect. Autopilot, that one is not there. Good. Okay. And then the sensitivity, but looks good there. Hey, HUD. It's been a while. Happy Vesak Day. Yes, holiday today. How have you been? Been a while. Looking good? Alright. Let's see if I can still remember this thing. Yikes. Turn on the batteries. Go to dispatch mode. We might need to plug those in manually. I just remembered. Acknowledge the master caution. One sec, huh? That one. Bit rusty, must admit. So we have... Well, we don't need any lights yet. But okay, fine. So we have dispatch. Initialize the position. Okay, so let's do a pause in it right here. We are at Lowy, Lima Oscar Whiskey India in Innsbruck in Austria. That doesn't work like that. Okay. That might be for the CRJ, not for the CJ4. But here we should be able to copy, set pause, that one. There you go. Complete. Flight plan. There you go. Lowy to Los. Salzburg, Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra. And the departure arrival would be runway 8 with the RTT. Oh, which one is it? To Quebec, I think. To Quebec, yes. To Quebec, like so. And then, right, that looks good. That's updating right there. And then let's go back to the flight plan. There it is. The arrival that we're choosing is actually ILS 15 with the Unki 1 Romeo arrival. That's the guy. Exclamation at all. Doing great, huh? Doing great. Got a massive update in Microsoft Flight Simulator Day and I'm testing it out. I haven't flown this plane in a while. How are you, Rohan? Have you caught up with all the goodness in Discord? Alright, looking good. Flight plan, legs page, Whiskey India. There's a discontinuity. We can just remove that. That's just the start of the arrival right there. And then there's the ILS approach, looking perfect. Alright, good. So flight plan looks good. Let's go and do a perf init. Cruising altitude will be 11,000 feet only. Let's put that there. Actually, this might be... I'm not sure what the transition altitude is. We might need that later. And before that... Let me see. I might actually need to link up Navigraph here again. Set mod setting. Sim brief pilot. No, not that one. Navigraph, not linked. Yes. So something appeared in my browser again. Okay, there you go. Linking Navigraph. There you go. It's linked. Okay, perfect. That was quick. MFD units. Let's stick to Imperial, okay, just so I'm not totally off my element here. Right, perf init 11,000. In terms of the weight, we do have how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people, and then 300 cargo. Okay, so we have 7 packs. 170 pounds each. There you go, and then we have 400. Was it 400 cargo? 300. And then we'll see if that's accurately put in the weight. So gross weight is 14,650. It's not quite accurate. I probably missed something here. Maybe it's 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's 8. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I'm missing a person right there. There we go. That's perfect now. Okay, good. Alright, so let's leave that there for now, and then let's do the startup procedure. If I remember correctly, let me see if my memory stuff is still here. I think these are not what I planned anymore. One sec, guys, This doesn't look like the one I'm familiar with. They might have changed this. Yes, I think I want the PPOS in here. That's the one. Oh, that might be this one. Oh, that's the plan mode. Okay, lower menu, PPOS. And then store that as memory 1. Looks like that got reset. Alright, let's start the engine here. So it should be a simple thing to start this up. Beacon, safety.
May I have your attention,
I know, right,
please?
Rohan?
At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt.
What an interesting
and no
day on the
smoking signs.
server.
Thank
Just another day.
you. May I have your
clumsy
attention,
server.
please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Awesome. Start engine 2. Should be as simple as that. Should see N2 rising in there. Oil pressure rising. N1 rising. Emergency lights are not armed. Oh yeah, that's something that's recently been added. Let's arm the emergency lights. The standby display is also off, so we need to turn that on manually. There you go. We'll adjust that later on. Let's do the startup first. Something doesn't seem right. Why is that not starting? Do I have something wrong, guys? Did I miss something? I might have. Yeah, that's not climbing really. Did something change? It's on, that's on. Ah, both are in run already. So I should have put that in run. Because before you have to click this and then click run, but now it's in run automatically. Okay, so now you maybe just have to click the starter there at the bottom. Interesting. Yeah, it shows how long it's been since I've tested this out. Okay, let's see here. While that's starting up, actually looks good. I think we're good here. Alright, start engine 1. And now I shouldn't probably need to click that run anymore. Let's see if it works. Looking good. N1 rising. Oil pressure rising. Let's go back to memory 1 here. How do you move that again? MFD advance, I think. Yeah, so if you go to plan mode, I can see where the waypoints are going. Exactly, top of descent is there, awesome. Alright, looks good. Memory 1, go back. Alright, perf init, looking good. Starter is still on. Now, why does not push through still? Do I need to do that? Do that again? Now it works. It's kind of, you have to click it twice or something. Is that normal? That seems like there's something wrong. I might have done something wrong there. Okay, fine. We'll worry about that later. Now we do need a pushback. Or we can just turn sharply, I think. Yeah, we can just turn on our own later. Good. Alright, there it is. Beautiful. Let's go and turn on the climate control. Avionics can go on. Awesome. There it is. The... Oh yeah, this is interesting. Because we're in Europe, when we get the ATC, will they give us hectopascals or still inches of mercury? Let's see. ATC on 126.03. Let's go to the tune page here. 12603. Is that how you plug that in? That works. Okay, good.
Innsbruck Airport information. Mike 04000. Wind 248 at 7. Visibility 6. Sky condition. Few clouds at 1,100 feet. Few clouds at 4,100 feet. Few clouds at 11,900 feet.
Doesn't look few.
Temperature 4. 2.10. Altimeter tree 0.15. Visual
015.
runway 26 in use. Landing and departing runway 26.
Oh crap,
VOD
26.
aircraft, say direction of flight. All aircraft read back all short instructions. Advise controller, on initial contact, you have Mike.
Okay, we have Mike. The problem is...
Innsbruck Airport information, Mike 0.
Turn off COM 2. The problem is we set up for a runway 8 departure. So we have to change that. Runway 26 is a different beast altogether. Let me see how that works. Okay. 1 Romeo. Okay, let's do that change then. Okay, fine. So if I go to departure, change that to 26 and the 1 Romeo. Yes, that one. Execute. If you go back to plan mode here and check that out, MFD advance, So we'll be going from there, going around. Okay, so we'll be like doing a U-turn. Not sure if the flight planner can properly follow that, but I hope so. We'll see. We'll see soon enough. Okay, perf init. Takeoff. Runway 26. Winds are... what did they say? 258 at 7. Let's turn that on again.
Innsbruck Airport information. Mike 04000. Wind 247 at 6. Visibility 6. Sky condition
247 at 6. There you go. Runway conditions dry. V1, 101, 102, 114, or V speeds, flaps 15. Send that to the PFD. Looking good right there. I like that step-by-step adding. It's actually pretty new, I think. Alright, looks good here. Let's turn on our nav lights. I'll worry about the others later. Turn on our flight director. Go to nav mode. You know what? I'll worry about that later. Let's get our clearance first. Tower on 120.1. Okay. This seems like it changed. Yeah. 1 second. Let me change that, guys. Because this one seems like it's a different one now. 1, 2 should be, this one should be U. And this one should be, it's like there was an offset, looks like. And then I want instrument view 13. That one. Basically moved it 1 notch forward. Because I want, that's 1, that's 2, perfect. That's the one I'm used to. Okay, good. Tower is at 120.1, so we can put in 2010. Put that here. There you go. Should be able to get our clearance from them.
Innsbruck Tower Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima IFR to Salzburg, ready to copy.
The phraseology is so much better.
251 Charlie Lima is cleared to Salzburg Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 climb and maintain 6,000
feet.
Departure frequency is 124.4 squawk 2534.
2534.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima cleared to Salzburg Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Departure on 124.4 squawk 2534.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima, read that correct. Contact ground on 120.1.
That's also them, so we should be ready to taxi right
Innsbruck
here.
ground Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima with Mike ready to taxi IFR.
26 is right
Cessna November
there.
251 Charlie Lima taxi to and hold short of runway 26 using taxiway.
Good.
Contact tower on 120.1 when ready.
Alright.
Taxi to and hold short runway 26 via taxiway Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Taxi lights are on. Release our parking brake. I hope I still remember how to do this, guys. Flaps for takeoff. Let's make our turn here. So it looks like the ATC is centered on the US system, using inches in the altimeter unit of measure. That should be fine. We can work with that. Minor details. Oh my goodness, it looks beautiful in here, isn't it? Doesn't it? There's someone there as well. Right, let's taxi to the runway. No other planes in the vicinity. Runway should be 26. Helipad. Brings back fond memories, this place. So with the recent fix from Trogloditus in the Austria DEM, we shouldn't be getting the bumps in the taxiway and the runways anymore. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll test that firsthand here. Let's see if I still remember this. Alright, there's the runway. When we get close to the runway here, and when we stop, that should appear as request for takeoff. There we go.
Innsbruck Tower Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima ready for departure runway 26 IFR
I
to
love the
Salzburg.
phraseology, ready for departure. Yes.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima altimeter 30.15 wind 236 at 9er. Cleared for takeoff runway 26.
Yes, we'll need to back taxi though. They didn't tell us to back
Cleared for
taxi.
takeoff runway 26 Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima.
But we'll do that. So we will turn to the right and then make a U-turn there at the edge, so that we can make use of the full length of the runway. But yes, looks like the taxiway here looks good. No massive bumps, just a few elevation changes, which is very fluid so far. Looking pretty good here. Oh, that is beautiful. Right. So taxi here to the edge. Winds are indeed favoring runway 26, like that. We see the yellow line in front of us. We'll basically be following that for the U-turn. Something like so. Almost feels wrong flying a fixed wing here in this place, because I got so used to flying helicopters in this area. Okay, here we are. Lining up. Runway is clear. Good, let's line up there. We are cleared for takeoff. So once we are here lined up, we should be able to... Come on, 1 sec, there you go. Takeoff mode right here. There you go. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I did the static heat and the TCAS to the ARA. There you go. Good. And the landing lights as well. Oh my goodness. And the strobes. Okay. And the logo lights, fine. All of the above. Alright. Thrust is stable. Move that to the takeoff detent. Off the brakes and off we go. Rudders are very fidgety. V-speeds. V1. Rotate. Gradually. There we go. Beautiful. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up. Yaw damper on. Autopilot on. Nav mode. And flight level change. That looks very tricky. I hope it manages to turn us properly there. 1 second, I'm busy.
124.4 for Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
There we go. Switch that in.
Vienna Center Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima is at 4,700 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
That looks awfully close.
Autopilot altitude. Altimeter 30.15. Continue to WI 520 as planned.
Okay. I'm sure there was a more proper way of following that procedure. There was a bit of gap, I think, in the flight plan we had. Pull back, pull back. Okay. Let's turn on the autopilot again. Yeah. Not quite what we had in mind. What's the speed here again? 240 knots, was it? The intended ideal climb, I think. So let's remain level at 6,000 feet here. There we go. Continue on. Now we get to enjoy the scenery a bit more. Doesn't that look good? All hospital, all the helipads. Now, I'm not sure. They haven't really given us clearance to climb yet. Let me see what the SID is saying. Let's have a look if we can look at the charts here. So if we go to this one, chart. Hey Jay, 36 months, goodness. Thanks man. 3 years of goodness. How are you? Glad you could join. The airport is what we want. No, the departure is what we want. Come on, load it up. There we go.
Lima, please expedite your climb 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet. Okay, well we can VS there. Get to 6,000 feet.
Charlie Lima climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
There we go.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet, Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Let's go back to climb detent. That looks great. Man, it goes so fast. Oh my goodness. I remember this spot right here with the military base takes me like 30 minutes or more getting there with the helicopter. But here it's a completely different picture. Cyclone issues in bad weather. Oh, stay safe, man. Hope it all goes well. Rattenberg, that's the one. That's the one. Looking good. Flaps are up. Landing gear is up. I think plane is clean enough. 10,000 feet, we can turn off the landing and logo lights. We have 1,000 to go. Punching through clouds here. Hopefully the icing isn't as bad based on the update. So we shouldn't expect to suddenly get filled with ice here. Alright, 11,000 feet is our cruising altitude already. So we don't really need to... We might actually not even reach the clouds there. So we can just punch the speed forward. Make sure we don't go beyond the red tapes though. Slow it down. Whoa, very gusty. Very gusty winds. There's the clouds. Let's maybe give it an engine only anti-ice as we're entering some moisture in here. Discord messages. Why do you want to punish him that way? that is beautiful. Look at that, guys. Just hanging out in the clouds. No icing yet. That's a good sign. This actually looks perfect. Alright, top of descent is coming close. Maybe it's good if we can review the charts here. Move to the approach chart. That one. Unkin above 7,000. And then to Badit, I believe. So Unkin, then flying over Salzburg, and then to Badit. Okay, I think that is the flight plan we have. Is it? Let me double check. Unkin, Salzburg, and then should be Badit, no? Oh, no, sorry. Unkin and then Salzburg. That's it. Badit is a different initial approach fix. My bad. Whoa. Look at that view, guys. Look at that view. Should stop looking in our PFDs and enjoy the majestic goodness of this view. That makes all those preparations just worth it, doesn't it? Goodness. Staying at 11,000 feet seems like a nice move. Okay, we should be able to push a bit more power in here. Feels so weird flying this fast. Feels like cheating. When I've gotten used to flying at 50 knots, and now we are at what? 328 knots ground speed, traveling like what, 6 times faster? Goodness. Top of descent 27.3 nautical miles. Unkin 7,000 above. Okay, looks good. Man, when it comes to accuracy with the navigation, with the systems, can't beat the CJ4 mod. It is starting to get laggy. I guess that's with all those mountains. And how cold is it here? 7 degrees. RAM air. Temperature, static air temperature is -5. But no icing forming yet. We do have the engine anti-ice enabled to be on the safe side. Oh, that is good. Thank you for following, by the way. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the chill flight. No promises though on how we will be doing on the approach. Let's maybe get up to speed on that a bit. Let's have a look at the chart here. Alright, Salzburg. Once we get there above 4,000, we actually haven't been given any clearance yet to descend. Lock will be tuned, so that's a good sign.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima contact Munich Center on 120.65.
2065.
120.65 for Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Good.
Munich Center, Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima, 11,000 feet.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima Munich Center altimeter 29.90, continue to Unkin as planned.
2990? It's so far away. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure. Usually in Europe, the the transition altitude is pretty low. Like 4,000, 5,000, but here it's 10,000. So we should actually be in flight levels already. But it looks like the ATC only detects 18,000 as the transition altitude. So that's not quite right yet. Okay, so once we get to the airport, where should we be expecting to land? So to the right. Okay, it's a pretty simple diagram.
Lima contact Salzburg approach on 123.725.
2372.
123.725 for Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Good.
Salzburg approach Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima 11,000 feet.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima Salzburg approach altimeter 29.90 continue to London as planned. Cessna 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 4,600 feet.
46. Now we do have VNAV in this plane.
Descend and maintain
So if we
4,600 feet
enable
Cessna 1 Charlie
VNAV,
Lima.
activate VNAV, then it should descend automatically, but we do need to start that as we were instructed by ATC. So let's start that at 1,000 feet per minute, and then the VNAV would catch up eventually. Turn on our landing lights here, getting close to 10,000 again. Pull back on the throttle.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima, you are 18 miles west. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 15 approach by Sierra Bravo Golf transition.
Okay, that's the one we're expecting. Thank you.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 15 approach via Sierra Bravo Golf transition. Cleared to Sierra Bravo Golf Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
So direct Sierra Bravo Golf. Okay, good. Looks like we are actually above. Dang it, okay. We'll have to start descending fast here. So if you see there is no path. That means we're too high. So we should actually descend much faster. Let's try and catch up to the VNAV profile. I think that's because we got a bit of shortcut.
You are 14 miles west of Salzburg. Contact Salzburg Tower on 118.1 when inbound on the approach.
So many things
Tower
happening.
on 118.1 Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
That's a bad sign. Should be below 240 knots, 260, 8,000 feet. There we go, we have VPath. Should normalize, come on, don't leave me hanging here. Sorry guys, it's a bit noisy. There we go. I engaged the speed brakes, but they didn't seem to have taken into effect so much.
Salzburg Tower Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima 12 miles northwest inbound ILS runway 15 approach.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima Salzburg Tower. Altimeter 30.15 wind 148 at 19er. Cleared ILS runway 15 approach.
Cleared for the approach.
Cleared ILS runway 15 approach Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Good. Let's slow it down so we can deploy our flaps. Now we should have an automatic nav to nav here. It should switch to ILS with those ghost ILS activating on their own. Ideally. We'll see how that works here. Come on, we're getting close to 4,000 feet. Switch it up for me. I don't like it at all. Below 200 knots. Flaps 15. Oh, that is still beautiful. There's the runway. Pretty close to the glide slope. Turned a bit too much there. Autopilot guiding us the correct way. It's fine. It did not automatically switch though. Maybe we should arm the approach like so. There we go. Okay. Lower the landing gear. Now we did not calculate our V speeds. Dang it. That's what I missed. I'm not sure what this should be. 6 degrees. Winds are 148 at 11 knots. Yeah, we should have listened to the ATC when we were arriving through here. Send that in. There you go. Looking good. We have 3 greens. We have V speeds. 107, 114. Okay, they should clear us to land soon. Alright. Flaps for landing. Looking good so far. There's our approach speed right there on the speed tape.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima wind 148 at 19er. Cleared to land runway 15.
Thank you.
Cleared to land runway 15 Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
So looks like the density of live traffic is so different, huh? If we compare it with our initial flight in the US going to Atlanta, all the live traffic, here there's absolutely nothing. And if that's realistic, I'm not sure, but yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any live traffic in sight. We did see a player online a while ago. Yeah, Weekend Ape right there. That looks great. Let's take a photo. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off the autopilot and yaw damper. Should be able to handle this on our own. Feeling very nice. .4:30 AM, probably not much live traffic. Oh, that's a good point. That might be. And yeah, maybe with the current situation, not as many. Still not as many flights as we would like, huh? Right in front of you, you see the beautiful mountains of Austria. Huge thanks to Troglodytes for the even better definitions of those mountains. 20-meter dem. Why are we getting a tailwind here? It's supposed to be coming from in front of us. Maybe that will switch as we get closer to the airport. There we go, it's switching. It's moving from the front now. Okay, good. Right, a bit high here. Let's see if we can catch up to the glide slope. Looking good, looking good. 3 greens, landing gear is down, landing lights are on, seatbelt signs are on, everything looks good. Bit low, which is interesting. We're lower than the glide slope. There we go. Puppy lights are reflecting it now. We're on VREF, actually too low now. The puppy lights are a bit confusing. Not the most accurate. Alright, looks good. Going to idle, just let it settle ever so slowly. Beautiful. Whoa, that was a bit fidgety. That's okay. Looking good. Really good landing. Yeah, I was surprised myself. Maybe all the helicopter stuff helped a little. Turning next taxiway. That's the one here. Flaps going up.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima contact ground on 118.1.
Taxi lights, strobes up, off. Oh, sorry.
118.1 for Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
After we clear this point here, I'll switch over and stop. Actually, that's the same frequency. Okay. Request taxi to
Salzburg
parking.
ground, Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima, request taxi to parking.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiway Alpha, that might be our guy. Okay. That's weird, this I can only say again. I cannot acknowledge it. Okay. That might work here. Flight directors can go off.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima acknowledge last transmission.
That might be a bug. I can only say again.
Ground, Cessna 1 Charlie Lima, say again.
So I can really acknowledge it. Can I?
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha.
Say again. That's the only bug I saw so far. Aside from the other imperfections. And the fidgety rudder control seems too sensitive.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima, did you copy?
First bug of SU4, yeah. It's almost perfect. Press 2. That might work, huh? No, there's no hidden key.
Salzburg ground, did it copy? Please say again for Cessna 1 Charlie Lima.
Cessna November 251 Charlie Lima taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
I think it got confused because of the taxiway Alpha. Maybe the pilot doesn't know how to acknowledge it. Is that our guy? I'm not so sure. It doesn't seem like it, but I can taxi here anyway. Yeah, this one.
Cessna 1 Charlie Lima, please acknowledge.
Turn off the comms. We're here now, somehow. No, is this the parking? Oh no, actually the parking is right there. Okay. Let's make it right. I don't see any marshaller. Yeah, that's the option I actually clicked. This one, COM 1, turning off the comms. Yeah, that's close enough. I can take that. Good. All right. Set the parking brake. Turn off the lights. Seatbelt signs can go off. Nav lights can go off as well. And how do we turn off the engine again? I can't remember. I think you just go through here. There you go. That kind of works. There we go. Oh, that's only 21 minutes? That still doesn't count. 299.56. Oh, we should have gone around a bit more. Oh man, that's such a cliffhanger. I don't think I'll get that 300-hour thing yet. Looks good so far. I like it. Sim update 4. Looks like I'll be flying fixed wings again. Especially the TBM and the CJ4. Absolutely loving the look of that one. Pretty stable so far. I like it. And that's with all of my mods enabled. We only got a bug a while ago with the... what do you call it? With the UIMOD. But the others, so far, so good. But yeah, let's leave it there, guys. I think we are good with that. 2 sample flights show us Sim Update 4 pretty capable. Minimal bugs and much improved ATC, definitely. Glad you like it as well, Bunky. Thanks for the company. Thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate you hanging out. Thanks Jack, Rohan, Jay, and anyone else who might be in chat. Catch you guys in 2 days for our convoy. Have a nice day. I'll post some details today, hopefully. And catch you on Discord. More interesting stuff ahead, I'm sure. Does anyone know at all? Clumsy flying. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Stay safe, guys.